Sir, again, good evening, sir. Once again, the continuation of the first class, the safety checklist for buying new equipment, mechanical hazards. We have discussed up to this. Is the machinery properly anchored to the ground or the other structures needed?
Uh,
The,
Sorry for
the,
disturb, Prabhakar sir.
yes, sir. Sir, tell me, sir.
Sir, why this meeting without any notification is closed before time?
Pardon, sir. Pardon.
Why this meeting is closed before time?
See, it is right, sir. 100% we agree with you. And the point is here is first is having 30 minutes, but they are taking the only 22 minutes and 25 minutes only it is. We have already informed to the management here is they are taking to revise the network and all, but the owners are not doing the requirements, sir. That's why the before the requirement it is getting closer, sir.
No, suddenly
Eh,
it's closed. I think there is any
no,
technical
no,
issue.
no,
We
no,
unable
sir.
to actually. Hmm.
No, not suddenly closure, sir. First of all, it is giving 10 minutes indication, and then after 10 minutes, it is getting closure by itself, sir. Not getting by us, sir, actually. If it is supposed closure by us
We
or
don't have any
any,
notification. No.
that's what notification is already 10 minutes is there, sir.
That is seen you only, but we are not unable to see that notification.
That,
We don't know actually. Actually, what happened? I'm
sir.
rejoin the meeting, and the meeting is closed. So I unable. Actually, what happened? I don't know. Okay, once again,
Sir,
take this point to the management, and you sort out it.
definitely. Sir, what I am telling here is other members also I am asking whether the other members are not visible by 10 minutes indication, advice.
Yes, sir. There is
Naresh,
no notification before it's closing.
sir, what about 10 minutes closing? 10 minutes before 10
No,
minutes.
no, 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 no prior notification, sir, before it's closing.
Very good, sir.
It's
Thank you
closing
very much, sir.
suddenly.
Very good, sir. Because I am getting here is two notification. One is 10 minutes to close it. Then again, what is called meeting is ended. Like that is coming. But I ask what is called management. I'll inform the management definitely, sir. Before that, I am very sorry for that inconvenience caused by us. Definitely tomorrow itself, I will talk to the gentleman to see that it will be verified, sir. Please.
Okay, please carry on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Coming to this mechanical hazards, is the machine properly anchored to the ground or other structures needed? Because the machine itself is having the facility to be given for the earthing or not. We have to see that earthing provision or the earthing facility is given or not. Other the foundation structures, other what is called insulation structures are needed for the anything extra or not. We have to see that and see that it should be arranged by pulling the safety checklist and all. Are the limit switches installed to stop operation when a limit is exceeded? Definitely. The emergency switch or limit switches or the temperature indicators or the pressure indicators like this. Any machine requirement is there with respect to the mechanical part, whether the manufacturer has provided the facility or not, we have to see that condition also before buying the new machine for your plant. Therefore, if it is there, okay. If it is not there, if you write the remarks along with the no. Coming to these are the mechanical hazards. In your experience, if anything is there during the checking of your new machine to buy, and you add additional the point under the mechanical hazards, if any is there in your experience, you may add also. It is not a designed or it is not a completely what is called a fully equipped checklist. It's a, some of the authors has given this checklist with respect to the various fields like mechanical, electrical, and other what is called hazards and as I told These are the factors to consider. But any other areas under the each heads in your experience arises, you may add definitely the additional precautions or additional percentage safety hazards to be added itself. Therefore, it will be a foolproof safety checklist will be there for the new machinery for your plant. This is what my assumption or my opinion to give the advice to you people also, because your expenses is more valuable than my teaching this thing. But your experience is more valuable to this in this regard, please. Coming to the after the mechanical hazard, the electrical hazard is also important. Was the machine set up according to the applicable codes of practices as well as the standards? Because in the sense of what is called this, you take the application of the codes, because example, IS codes as well as the standards or Electrical Act 2003 or any other conditions to be maintained for that mission with respect to the electrical. Definitely, we have to see that that application of the codes and practices to be practiced while operating this machine. If you feel that that code of practice, as per the code of practice, these conditions are necessary, you mentioned in the checklist, it is not there, it is there, or it is not there, it is there. Like this, you have to mention with remarks is helpful for the management to take the decision immediately, or to advise the manufacturers to arrange the facility to the equipment. Then we will come for buying and all this thing. There is a communication is properly to the manufacturer also. If you give the proper foolproof checklist and all. Is the machine grounded properly? That's what here mechanical is telling. Mechanically, that gentleman is seeing the only conductors in the part of the mechanical, but he has not seen the electrical point of view. That is also, that's why he is given in this also, is the machine grounded properly? That means facility, not only with respect to the air gap and the conductors, what we discussed in the lightning arresters and all, they grounded properly with respect to the electrical, properly conducted materials or the insulators are properly taken, whether it's taken the copper or aluminum or the cross section is enough or not. That we have to see that all in aspects with respect to the electrical hazards also. Because after getting the machine to your the company area in your site, we have to provide all the facilities in the earthing position and all. The earthing facility is not there by the equipment. What is the use of purchasing them? That's why we have to in prior with respect to the mechanical and electrical, we have to see the earthing properly or not. Facility means it. Does the power supply have suitable fuses or protection? Yes. Does the power supply have the suitable fuses or the protection methods is there? For example, the machine are equipped with the MCB, or the circuit itself is having the ELCB, or circuit itself with the such gap detector. Like this, it is there or not, we have to see the condition of the protection with respect to the electrical, not in the equipment of installation, but also the equipment circuit also we have to verify before going to take the decision for the purchase of new machinery with respect to electrical. Are all electrical connections are tight? Yes. We have to see that all the connections with respect to the conductors, with respect to the wires, with respect to the plugs, with respect to the various things with connection to the fuse, gauges, wire gauges, neutral wires, everything to be checked whether the connections is tight or not. We have to see that in proof conditions also we have to see that. Are there any shock hazards from open connections? In suppose, for example, an equipment is having the open connections is there, it should be uh, not supposed to close, it should be open only. But in the open conditions, if any shock hazards or any electrical hazards will be, if you feel that, ask the manufacturer to close it, or to arrange the door to open or to close also. At that condition, we have to accordingly the checklist to be prepared or checklist to be filled during the verification of your before purchasing of your new equipment and all. Or any hazards hazardous wires or other electrical components suitably labeled or not. It's very important. Hazardous wires means not insulated, or with respect to the gauge is this much, but the gauge is less than designed is there, or any the dangerous safety symbol is not there for the electrical equipment with respect to the machine is there or not, whether the danger symbol is there or not, or the hazardous symbol is there or not. We have to see that any hazardous wares or other electrical component suitably labeled or not. That means the machine itself is not in the form of display boards, in the form of painting to be done on the machine itself to display, or the display dialogue to be taken care by the employee while operation of the a machine in your site. That is there or not, we have to see that also with respect to electrical. Is the floor free of any cards or where the workers need to move? It's a, it's a facility after coming to your machine to your site, the connection from the equipment to the isolator. The isolator and your equipment distance is more. Suppose a wall is not there, it is the wire is going through air or going through the floor, it is going to the isolator. That facility is to be avoided. But all the wire should be going from top of the wall to the isolator only, not to be taken by the employees' height and all these things. That is facility to be taken care by the machine or not. That's it. If the condition is not good, definitely in your site, the machine wiring will be definitely not in the form of in the walls. It is going through floor. It is going. Sometimes it is happened like this only. The equipment is provided the switch in such a way the position of the point of the wire connected to your switch. The position is bottom of the equipment is there. Where the wire goes, lot of brands is there. That means we have to see the provision of the wires to be gone to your the source, path, and receiver. It's very important. Three things what we discussed in the electrical hazards. That while wiring in your site, you have to see that wiring should be not on the floor. It should free of floor of any wiring and all, and see that your movement of the worker should be very proper, not with respect to any air stuck by all these things. That is very important point. The point in the machinery and the connected to the source. A receiver is a receiver your equipment, and the path is important. Source is isolator. Connecting to your equipment plug to the isolator. You have to see that in that way, this point is with respect to electrical. Accordingly, the remarks will be yes or no, or remarks will be taken care of so that the management take the decisions also. Are workers protected against the noise from the machine? Yes. Whether your machine is already insulated or the bare equipment is there, or after the purchasing, then only we have to do the insulation works at our site. Is that deciding that factor also? Because the noise or the anything is there that will not be hampered to your employee process or employee or the workforce, the noise hazards. That we have to see that are the workers are protected against the noise from the machine or not. Suppose the machine is giving vibrations, though insulated is there, giving vibrations, giving the sound, definitely it will not be advised to purchase without arresting the noise or the vibrations and all. We have to see that other hazards as well with respect to the other than the mechanical and electrical. Is the environment conducive to safe worker functioning, temperature, humidity, relation? It's a very important area. See, for example, in environmental, the temperature in the summer, the temperature is very high. In the winter, humidity is very high. In the summer, radiation is more. So whether your machine is equipped with or withstanding with that higher temperature in summer and higher humidity in the winter or rainy seasons, or the higher radiations from the sun during the summer and all, whether your worker is equipped with that functioning of the equipment or not, we have to see. Otherwise, the nearby worker employee or the workforce is there, it will be affected due to that machine is taking the temperature, is taking the humidity, is taking the radiation, is getting heated immediately before the nearby worker is getting a sweat and getting by dehydrated. We have to see that functioning also, worker functioning also, whether the machine is advising or the encouraging or not with respect to temperature, with respect to the humidity, with respect to the humidity levels. Is lighting enough to operate machine safely? Important. Is lighting enough to operate machine safely? See, here is not only your work environment, the equipment itself is having the pressure gauge, having the temperature gauge, having the thermocouples, having the instrumentation gauges are there. In the night itself, it will be visible by that glass, through that glass or not. Suppose the side glass is there to see the internal operations in the reactor or the machine and all, that lighting is whether sufficient or not, we have to see. Not only the environmental lighting, but also the machine itself is having the provision to take care of your glasses of the pressure gauges, the glasses of the side glasses and all these things, operation views and all, that is also to be taken care of, machine safety. Is the floor uh, dry and safer worker motion? Because that machine itself is having cleaning is every 24 hours is necessary. Suppose, for example, that machine is there. After the batch preparation is there, cleaning is necessary, for example. Definitely at that time, in your workplace, the floor become wet and saper work portion motion may not be there. That's why after the cleaning, any facility is given by the machine manufacturers or not to immediately dry with that machine or not, we have to see that condition also. The very typical question is the floor dry and safer work portion and all, where the cleaning is required for every 24 hours of the batch operations and all. Continuous operations or the breakdown movement or the shutdown movements, nothing to worry. But in between the any batch operations are there in the industries, the machine is to be required to be cleaned immediately with water, with very cleansing agencies and all. That floor becomes very safer to that worker, where the workers are workforce worked by nearby. That may we have to see that the floor dry and safer for the work motion also. They have to take the floor conditions also. While erecting your machine, new purchased machine, the foundation to be taken care of. Slope is always taken to take the drain the water to the immediate what is called to go to the effluent treatment. Therefore, the accumulation of the water will not be there. Definitely, it will be helpful for the taking floor dry. Not only floor dry, it's a safer for work motion also. These are the typical questions for the checklist, but we have to see that depending upon your operation continuous or the batch RC, we have to see that. Is the floor dry? That's worker motion. Okay. Are required ergonomic features in place? Armrests, keyboard, height,
Excuse
display
me.
height. Tell me, sir, Rajesh Garu.
Can you explain briefly what is meant by ergonomic features?
Yes, sir, here is. I'll tell you, sir. I'm coming to that point also. Sir, are required ergonomic features in place? Armrests, keyboard, height, and the display height and the angle is very important. Suppose a machine itself is the having the for example, the pressure gauge is there, instrument gauge is there. With respect to the a small ladder is there with platform to see that either the side glass or the instrument pressure air gauge or the pressure gauge or the instrument gauges is properly placed at that. With that properly placed, there is a ladder facility is there. With that ladder facility, some platform is there or not, we have to see.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, only ladder is there. Your bending of the posture of the body is not good to encourage to continue to see the side glasses as well as the pressure gauges and all these things, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Oh,
very much, sir.
these ergonomic features are only applicable for machinery, not about persons, sir, in that particular area.
Sir, ergonomics means not the question of the machine, sir. It's the question of the person who is the employing his body posture to verify that noting.
Okay,
Whether
sir.
the
Okay.
standing position is properly placed or not, that manufacturer have to see, sir.
Okay, okay,
Platform platform with a ladder is to be provided properly to man to stand, or the body postures to be placed without having the any impact on the body organs and all these things, sir.
okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot. So therefore, the protective equipment is also apart from the other hazards. The protective equipment is also there. The sense of as the proper protective equipment been provided, what additional equipment is needed? See, the proper protective equipment not to the employees, sir. The equipment guards to the equipment. We can say the guards to the equipment properly equipped with that provision is there or not. Provision is there, but not provided. Provision is not provided because the provision is not there. We have to see the both the condition. Provision is there, yes, provided. Okay, very good. Provision is there, but manufacturer is not provided. Second one, you have to immediately see that manufacturer has to be provided. Sometimes the provision is not there and the guard is also not provided. You have to see that provision to be made and the guard is all to be made by the manufacturers. That's why what additional equipment is needed, you have to write in the remarks also. Very, very important point is, suppose where is that what is called condition, you need some pressure gauge instrument or the instrument gauge, for example, temperature gauge or the any other side glass if you need, definitely we have to ask the manufacturer to provide the facility with that protective equipment to take immediate decision by the employee in that workspace. Have the workers been trained in proper use of protective equipment? It's very important. It's very important. Have the workers been trained? This is internal factor after purchasing your equipment and before installation. We have to see that, or before the operation, we have to see that all the workers who are involved in that operation properly trained with the protective equipment. Because if the equipment is not protected by the equipment like God and all these things, if you arrange an employee after training, suppose the equipment is not provided, the God, the employee doesn't know about anything, only in the training is not told anything, is not brought to the notice of by the management, definitely is exposed to that risk. That's why have the workers been trained in proper usage of the protective equipment. In this, any gaps are there in the protective equipment. Even sometimes your needs requirement of the protective guards like this. If any suggestion is there given to the manufacturer says it's not possible. Like that, that matter should be given to the employees during the training. Therefore, during the training, if we given, definitely during the operation, the employee will be taken care of. But that facility to be given in the during training itself. Because the manufacturer is raising their heads, he cannot provide that protective guard or protective what is called equipment or protective facility to that machine. The manufacturer is not provided. Therefore, it's not possible also in that condition. Definitely that fact will be tell in the during the training to the employees before operation and before employee coming near to that equipment. Otherwise, it's very difficult to see that to not to expose the workers by the hazards. That's why You have to see that, ensure that we have to inform the facts during the inspection. It was happened. The manufacturer said no, but while running the equipment, we have to take much care on this. Like this, we have to openly tell the factors to the employees during the training itself. Otherwise, it will be experienced many uneven things like accidents or incidents. It impacts the company image also. It should be fair enough to tell by the head of the department to expose the cleanliness to the employees during the training. Are workers dressed properly to operate the machine safely? This is the internal factor where we have to see that any hangings are there like pressure gauges, instrument gauges, thermocouple, side glasses, while the ladders is there with the platforms provision is there, the furnaces and all. In that equipment, while operating, operators is goes to the nearby equipment and uplifting the ladder and seeing the side glasses and verify the temperature gauge and pressure gauge. At that time, we have to see that the employee should not wear the external procedures like finger rings, jewelry in the necks, and no loose clothings. And proper footwear is there or not, we have to see. Air will be tight because anything is there, some air is more, it will be stuck up by the foreign things. That's why you have to see that are the workers dressed properly to operate. But the machine is provided all these facilities like this. Though machine is protective equipment is provided, but the man itself is not having these precautions. Even is uplifting the ladder and staying on the platform by seeing the side glasses or the pressure verification or temperature reaction temperature to verify. That happen the people are not having these precautions. Definitely it will be uneven things to be happen. Even though machine is equipped with the protective equipment. Coming to the machine maintenance and repair, is there a maintenance log present at the machine? Yes. We have to see that logbook is there or not present at the machine. It is not required to the manufacturer to say this is the indication now coming. Your meeting will end in 10 minutes. This is display is coming, sir. Are you visible, sir? It is. Sir, anybody can help me?
Yes. Yes.
It is visible, sir. Your meeting will end in 10 minutes.
Visible, sir.
Very good, sir. Very good. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, as of now, maintenance and repair is going on, sir.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir. Correct, sir. You are right. Maintenance and repair, sir.
Yeah.
Listen. Thank you very much, sir. See, maintenance and repair. Is there a maintenance log present at the machine or not? This is the maintenance log book. It is our purview or our precautions to be taken at the organization. A nearby machine logbook is there. Verify when it is breakdown, when is running time, how many running hours is there. Like this, we have to see that the provision is there or not. We have to see that provision to be made by the organization. Nothing to the related to the buying machinery, but we have to while checklist, we have to suggest the management to see that logbooks is also available to the employee force. That is the indication of this. Doesn't mean that the maintenance will be repaired not in the purview of manufacturers, but it is a organization area also to be taken care of. Is the maintenance log up to date? It's very important. Is the maintenance log up to date? Here, as per the manufacturer's manual, we can say the manual it says every 6 months you have to take the preventive maintenance like this is suggested in the manufacturer manual. In that manufacturer manual, if you mentioned, the organization is taken care of or not. The maintenance is log means in that maintenance log book verify. Suppose January 24 we have purchased and immediately July 1st we have taken the breakdown or not, or maintenance or not. Sorry, breakdown, maintenance is taken or not, that we have to see. That is the logbook will help the history of the equipment, definitely how the organized practices is going on also. It will be helpful. Are the workers trained in how to review maintenance information to ensure that the machine is ready to use and all? Yes. Okay, everybody knows about the maintenance schedule. Everybody knows about the maintenance checklist is there. As per the checklist, they have to do the what is called without having the checklist, without having the shortcuts, they will maintain definitely. But how to review the maintenance is completed perfectly before the ready to use. This factor everybody is missing. I'm sorry to tell you in organizations. Because what happened, the employee, the process employee doesn't relate with the maintenance employee, does not related with the electrical employee, does not related with the instrument department, does not related to the civil maintenance. Simply the process man is coming after the shutdown, is starting using the proper machine to be run. But before the process employee, we have to see that the maintenance with respect to the mechanical, maintenance with respect to the electrical, maintenance with respect to the instrumentation, maintenance with respect to the civil, our thing is there are properly uh, done by them or not. That under the purview of the process man, where the employee of the process man or workforce of the process department has to see. In that connection, the head of the department of the process department is very held responsible and the answerable to that review of the maintenance. That's why the training itself, we have to train the process employees, process department employees with respect to the review of the maintenance information. It is a very good area to expose themselves in the review of maintenance. Though not connected, while operating this employee by the process employee, they have to see the properly fitted the pressure gauge, properly fitted the thermocouple, properly what is called fitted the sight glass. They have to habituate that culture to that uh, purview also by the process department. It will be very appreciated by that head of the department. This is very important point is review maintenance is not under the purview of the mechanical maintenance, electrical maintenance and instrument. It's a purview of the process people who are ready to ensure that the machine is ready to use. That should be given by the process employee only after verification of the maintenance review. This is a very important point is, are the maintenance workers are trained in safe procedures such as disconnecting the machine from the power source? So normally, this point I cannot encourage because are the maintenance workers are trained in safe procedures such as disconnecting? The maintenance worker is not at all required to connect with the disconnecting machine. Sorry. The electrical department, under the information of the process department, the electrical department is removing the or stop the or remove the fuses after the consultation of the process department. But are the maintenance workers are trained in safe procedure means in their maintenance procedures they are very trained. But such as disconnecting the machine from the power source means sorry. This maintenance workers doesn't mean that maintenance workers is held responsible for disconnecting machines also. If the maintenance workers with respect to means not mechanical, it's electrical, it's a mechanical, or sorry, it's a electrical, it's a instrumentation. The maintenance workers means here you can take the consideration of electrical and instrumentation only, such as disconnecting the machine from the power sources or the instrument lines or the compressed air lines. Like this, we have to see that also. In some of the areas also, where that machine is connected to the mechanical, the compressor connection is also, even that compressor connection also, mechanical maintenance is not any way connected. Only electrical department, under the information of the process department, they have to touch the disconnecting of the machine by the electrical and the mechanical and the instrument or other civil maintenance people. This is very important part. That's why maintenance and repair is very important area. Safeguards is very important. Is there a master cutoff switches top functioning, and are the starting stopping controls are in place, reachable or not? Because if you see that the master cutoff switch stop functioning of the is there or not, suppose a circuit is ELCB is provided but is not functioning properly, immediately the master switch is cut off by the employer. Definitely it will be cut off the and safe to the equipment also, safe to the work environment. Is that provision is there or not for the machinery also? You have to see. That means manually stop the, even that employer or employee can stop the immediate master cut-off switch to stop the functioning of the machinery. This is taken care by the process people only. That is also facility given by the machinery also. Are starting and stopping controls in place reachable? X. Starting and stopping controls are there, are push buttons, are the verification of the approach to the access to the approach, like the pressure gauge, thermocouple, as well as the temperature gauge, at glass and all, in place to control reachable or not. We have to see that facility also while purchasing this machinery also. It should be access to go with uh, easy reachable and operate immediately. Have starting and stopping controls has been tested or not? Yes. While purchasing, after the connection is given, whether no load equipment load, no load equipment test, during no load, you have to all the electrical connections is checked by the conditions of the controls has been tested or not. That is also to be verified with respect to the safeguards. The manufacturer site itself, you have to check all these things. Are there any safety? Are there safety guards against any hazardous materials like lubricants, chemicals, scrap materials? That means suppose your machine is taken care of the lubricants or the